Friday, September 8th, 4:39 p.m. New York time. U.S. stock markets close. The commodity markets close about another 21 minutes. In the commodities market, there are several categories. I'm going to cover three of them. One being energy, another being metals, another being the agricultural livestock. In the United States, the commodity markets are priced in U.S. dollars. Worldwide, commodities are priced in U.S. dollars. There's a correlation between commodities and U.S. dollar. Often when the U.S. dollar gets stronger, the commodities trade inverse. If there's some binary events, economic reason, geopolitical reason for some underlying commodity to have more bullish bias, then it's regardless if the dollar is strong or weak. There's still more demand than average to push a commodity higher and vice versa. So looking at this category, the energy, the two big ones I'm going to cover, crude oil and natural gas. Both are fossil fuels. They're dirty, toxic fossil fuels. They're not clean energy. Facts, science. The biggest fossil fuel used worldwide is coal. Coal is the dirtiest of all fossil fuels. Facts. So the biggest commodity in energy, again, is coal, and the dirtiest of all the fossil fuels is coal. It hasn't changed. There's a big demand for it still because it's the least expensive fossil fuel. Until you have a better source, and that requires governments to participate, business to participate in using other alternatives to energy, what's going to entice them to want to go to something cleaner for the environment and for their labor and for their community. You got skin in the game. Own up. So here on crude oil, looking at a one-year chart, each candle's a week. This past Monday, United States was a holiday. That makes the volume lighter. Of course, most of the trading worldwide takes place in the U.S. markets. So again, less participants past Monday. But again, this week, crude oil made a new high for the year. Did you know that? Crude oil futures made a new high for the year. Here we are. Still below the high of last year. Here's the high of last year. Big difference. $130.50. So we're not at all-time high, as some media host will have you believe, because they're talking nonsense. No. But we made a new high for this year. Broke above the high of last week, which was that big bullish candle. The effect on crude oil being higher is going to be passed along in many industries. Because again, crude oil is a source of energy, and those companies that need energy to produce, manufacture, source, going to have that embedded cost now. Natural gas burns cleaner than crude oil, cleaner than coal, but it's still dirty fossil fuel, but it's a cleaner one. Here's the high for the year. Sorry. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Much closer to the low of the year. Closed red. Lower low, lower high. Big consolidation here still. Yep. Point is, this would be a better energy source to use for the trains, buses, trucks, residential homes, offices, ships, to use this oil, natural gas, instead of crude oil and coal. Yep. But it takes a village to unite together, to own up to your community, to use this more of an energy source than the other dirty ones. Yeah, dollar's higher, natural gas down, but crude oil is up. Go to another commodity, metals. Metals. Again, one chart is the year, each candle's a week. Gold closed red, made a lower low, lower high. Big difference. Here's the high for the year. We're trending down. See this wedge, these purple lines? Yep. Here's the low for the year. So all the media outlets, radio, TV, print, that are doing pump and dump, but they're in the pump phase, pumping the gold sales off of coins, you're losing multiple times. If you own gold bars, if you own gold coins, you either have it stored at home, in a safe home or somewhere else. Sitting there is not earning monthly income on that gold. Nope. Real estate that's rented out earns monthly income. Again, there's better investments than buy and hold gold on many metals. Yep. So close red, lower low, lower high. Silver, here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Sold off hard, almost all body. Lower high, lower low, no surprise. Bearish pin bar on a swing point, not a surprise, we sold off. Very nice. There's plenty of people that are bullish metals, that bullish gold and silver. Again, they've been selling at these highs. Has not proven to be a time to be investing in it. Trading is different. Swing trading, day trading, but I'm talking about investing, buying, holding on dips. Still hasn't proven itself yet. Whereas Apple buying on a dips would be better. Platinum. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Very close to the low of the year. Huge impulse move down. Look at that. Red candle, lower low, lower high. Panic selling. And copper, red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Here's the high for the year, low for the year. So again, the category of metals is bearish. They all close red for the week. Yeah. They made lower lows, lower highs. A little insight here. Gold, the majority of gold, I recall, is used not for industrial, but for jewelry. Copper, huge use for industrial, for your appliances, for construction. So again, when there's growth or demand in the appliances, building, you would have copper being bullish bias. Yeah, all these metals have other industrial use too, but copper is very well defined. Bearish bias, the metals commodity. On to the next category of commodities, agricultural and livestock. We live off them. First, we'll go off the grains. Again, the chart is 1 year, each candle's a week. We're looking at corn futures. So corn for human consumption. Corn is also used for ethanol in vehicles, engines. Corn is also used for feed for animals. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Inside candle for a week. Look how small that trading range is. Tiny little candle for the whole week. One of the smallest trading ranges for the whole year, meaning the high and low. Look how small it is. It never took out the high or low of the prior week. As well, the prior week inside candle never took out the high or low. Very interesting. We had very few of these inside candles all year long. Here is 1, 2, 3. So 2 out of the 3 occurred the past 2 weeks. Small trading range. What does that mean when the candle's yellow? It means indecision. Traders did not know to be bullish or bearish either way. So they stayed inside the range of the prior week. Indecision. This little candle here, little tiny body, wicks on the top, bottom, is a doji. A doji candle, Japanese word, means indecision. So you have 2 things occurring here. The color of the candle, yellow, not above or below the prior candle, and the candle itself, doji, indecision. In a trend, it often means halfway point, but this is acceleration. So that being said, corn, so oversold, extremely oversold. Let's look at the volume. You may have a contrarian, that being me, contrarian, maybe I'll have a bullish reason to be long here. Very interesting. But getting at it, it was a short week. I'll have to take this on the faster time frames. Potential trade idea. Wheat futures. Look at that. Also, inside candle. Indecision, a little tiny down here. Very interesting. Consolidation. That's what we got going on here. Consolidation, the past few. Going to include that one too. Very small trading range. Near the year of the low. Here's the high of the year. You ever hear the phrase buy low, sell high? Well, look at these commodities at the low. Soybean, red, lower, low, lower, high, trending down, a little tiny range. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low for the year. So that was your grain products. They're all showing bearish for the week. Let's go to the livestock. Live cattle. New high for the year. Outstanding. Broke above this consolidation. Here's the low for the year. And again, new high for the year. I shared this on my past videos. The livestock industry, specifically the cattle, the demand for human consumption has been huge for the year. More people prefer red meat than poultry, than hog, than fish. Also, more people apparently have higher incomes to afford beef because many places I've been to worldwide, Central America, Central America, Africa, Asia, red meat is very expensive. So a lot of them will eat poultry, pork. But again, more people have discretionary income, more demand for the red meat. New high for the year. Feeder cattle, just like it says, feeder cattle. It's feeding other animals. New high for the year. Huge demand. I want to show you this. Go back 3 years. See this? Live cattle. Outstanding. New high for the year. Strong like bull. That was good trading signal I gave last year. Some people might recall that one. Let's finish this off with hog. Lean hog. Here's the high for the year, which was 2 weeks ago. Then we had the inverse candle there that closed back inside candle. And then we gapped down a few weeks ago. Yeah, a huge gap. From the top range to the bottom range. Huge move. Now we're making higher highs, higher lows. Look like it's trying to fill that gap. Again, it happens here, the inverse. That gapped up and almost filled the gap. Lean hog. Many countries, that's their big staple from Central America, South America, Southeast Asia. But again, looking at these commodities, other than the cattle, majority of them are near the lows of the year. So the point of view here is, let me take this, show you one thing again. The US dollar. This is the US dollar. 1 year, weekly. Again, strong like bull up here. Has a big effect on those commodities. So again, part of it has to do with the strength of the dollar, bringing those commodities lower. And some of those commodities that I mentioned that are higher, it's because the demand is big for those. If you like this content, I go deeper in detail for trade ideas on my Patreon page.